right, welcome back, everybody. My name's Guy. Hey, listen, I'll tell you a quick story. So I had a great TV for many, many, many years. It was a Sony TV. I got it was one of those models that you can actually buy or like right off the shelf. And I got a pretty good deal on it. I think I paid like $1,400 or $1,500 on it. It was a 43-inch TV. It was great. It lasted me 10 years. Actually, it never died, but it was old technology. I remember looking at it. I'm like, I don't even know if it's like 1080 or 780 because it was pretty old. So I hemmed and hawed for a long time. And then finally, about 2 years ago, I was like, we were doing the Q series here with Samsung, which, by the way, is the #1 brand of TVs in the world. And I'm like, that's it. I'm pulling the trigger. I'm going to get a brand new TV. So I bought the Q60 series in a 43-inch. And let me just tell you, so much better definition than the old Sony. And I'm not blaming the Sony. It was older technology. But Samsung has been the #1 brand for years and years and years for a reason. They are a technology company. I have a Samsung TV in my workout room that's probably 20 years old. All right, it's been there forever and it still works. It is an incredible brand, 18 years as the #1 global brand. And what we have today is not one version, but two versions later. It's the latest and greatest. It's called the Q8F series. And this thing will just knock your socks out. It'll blow you away. When you buy this TV and you get it home and you put it up on your wall in your bedroom or wherever you put it, it'll absolutely floor you. They've done so much in the world of technology. And first of all, the processor is amazing. They have that A1 processor. It's optimized, boosted color. Everything is great. There's a brand new thing called Samsung Vision, which is all about AI, artificial intelligence, that allows you to do things you were never able to do before. It has a motion accelerator. So if you're a gamer, it's perfect for that. If you like sports, you get over 2,500 free TV channels included. It just goes on and on. It's 4K, all right, latest and greatest in 4K. Not just millions of different shades of color, but billions. And I love this video because it shows all the potential colors. I didn't even know what TV was supposed to look like until I got my Samsung. And I've had my Samsung for a year and a half, 2 years. I absolutely love it. As I said, this is the latest and greatest in Samsung technology. In fact, this one came out in May. Bill Duggan is with us today. He's going to take you on a tour, but I wanted to let you know, before we get into all the fun stuff, one of the wonderful things that we do here is we make it affordable. Listen, I know TVs aren't cheap, all right? TV's expensive, but it's an investment you have forever. It's like when you buy a washer and dryer or a refrigerator. I mean, I've had refrigerators for 20 years, right? Washer and dryer for 10, 12, 15 years. They're built to last, and when you're the #1 brand, it's even better. So I have a variety of sizes to fit any room, any bedroom, any wall, any game room, whatever it is, man cave, lady lair, whatever you call them. I've got a TV in every size. We start you off with a 43-inch. We have a 50-inch. We have a 55. I have a 65, a 75, and an 85. Now, you can go ahead and you can pay for those TVs all at once if you want. If you got money in the bank, you're like, listen, I want the big one. I want the big gun, 85. You can pay $1,829, getting a deal on that, and you can get it home right away. You get it, whatever you get it home right away. But if you have an HSN credit card, or if you get one today, we give you actually a little money in your pocket right off the gate. But if you have an HSN credit card and you use it, we're going to give you VIP financing, which means we will spread the payments out on the 43-inch for 12 months. That makes your payment only $41 and change. Now, if you get either the 50, 55, 65, 75, or 85, we spread it out over 18 months with no finance charge. It's not like when you buy a house or a car and they're like, well, you just bought a car and a half. You just bought 2 houses because you got to pay interest on everything. We don't do that. So if you want to get the 50-inch, for example, $34.99. It's actually cheaper per month than the 43-inch. Even the 55 is $40 and change. That's less than the 43-inch over 18 months. If you want to get the 75, that's about $75 a month, and the 85 is just a little over $100 a month for 18 months, and you own it. I always like to get that out of the way because I want people to know, listen, we're not asking you to cash out your bank account. What we're saying is a TV is a part of life. It's no longer a luxury. A TV is something that we use every single day. A lot of us still don't like to go to the movie theaters, whatever. We want to have that home theater experience. And Samsung is the way to do it. So Bill's here. He's going to try. And we normally get an hour. Right. We only have about a half hour to show you this TV. But keep in mind, we're going to deliver it right to your house. You don't have to get a truck and put it in the back. We'll bring it right to your door, and you can pop it up.
The presentation's been getting shorter because this TV sells itself.
It does.
Because when you see that it's Samsung, it's been 6 months since we've had a deal from Samsung. And when I mean a deal, we put the Q8F name in the graphic because do a comparison. We beat even Samsung's prices on the limited quantity that we're bringing in on this brand new series. It came out in May. It's not even a month old. So what are you getting? A QLED monitor, which is that quantum dot technology, vivid, bright colors, but with that LED light-emitting diode experience. So with billions of shades of color, and Guy, I'm really glad you took the time to break down the price, because at the end of the day, it's price per use. It's not something I just use at the holidays or on the weekends. My TV's on all the time.
All the time.
And to use it for 20 years, a decade, you want to invest in quality. So remember, Samsung's #1 the last 19 years. So as our TV watching has changed from 4K or high definition to 4K to more streaming, they've kept up with it. What Guy mentioned before though, this television, being that it's the latest, has Samsung Vision AI. What is that? At the end of the day, you don't have to worry about it. That's what it means.
Right.
Because let the smartness of the television give you that best picture quality. So Samsung Vision AI allows the monitor and the television to adapt to the room it's in. It's springtime. The sun is coming in the room. It's summertime. The television is smart enough, that AI engine, to adapt the picture, to bring up the colors, to bring it down, maybe move the television down to the man cave or a guest room. The television will adapt, giving you that best picture. So you don't have to worry about it, but you always know it's gonna be the most cinematic, which is awesome. And then it even has that AI technology in the audio. So the picture, the audio is always gonna be top notch because of what Samsung has put inside. And it's funny, you're gonna see me going down to my notes a few times because this technology is so new. I'm gonna be referencing a few different things. So the picture's there, the audio's there. Then we get into what we're doing more and more of. We are all streaming, right?
Yep.
You mentioned the motion accelerator on here. Guy, remember when we used to talk hertz in televisions?
Yeah.
60 hertz?
Yeah.
Remember when we'd get to 120? That was good?
Yeah.
This is 144 hertz.
Right.
So really, when it's gaming or action movies, you're gonna really have a crystal clear picture. So this is the Smart Hub experience. You are upgrading. One of the big upgrades right out of the gate, it has Apple TV built in. Not an extra purchase. By the way, Apple sells their own Apple TV puck, but guess what? It's embedded in the TV, so you don't have to spend money. It's right there. You have that. Then you get into your Hulus, your Netflixes, and all that. Those are subscription-based. This is where Samsung goes a step further. Samsung TV Plus. What is that? It's free television. Samsung has an app with, when they launched it, Guy, a few years ago, it was 150 channels. Over 400 channels now to watch and enjoy. My new favorite is Zen Life. I put it on, just when I'm cleaning the house or lying around the house. Yes, you get QVC for free, HSN for free. Remember, 400 free channels. Samsung doesn't have to give us also content, but they are giving us content on top of a beautiful picture experience. So that's why a lot of people are investing in a Samsung television, because it checks all the boxes, but it doesn't even start to scratch the surface of what this television can do. Oh, here's my Zen. I'm gonna turn up the audio a little bit, because this is that Zen experience. Imagine this Saturday morning.
That surround sound is amazing.
So this audio on here, Q symphonic sound with object tracking. So if the motion's going across the screen, it will keep up with it.
It sounds like you have a sound bar in there.
Isn't it nice?
That is amazing.
You know what's even more amazing? So you think with sound bars and speakers, it has to be a deep monitor.
Right.
This, by the way, I'm gonna stand up for a second. This is the 85-inch television we're standing in front of. So it's massive. And a lot of people are like, I can't go with 85 inches. This monitor is 1.1 inch, just over 1 inch, at its deepest. So you can still wall mount this, which is great. And here's where, again, Samsung goes to a solution to a problem. By the way, do you see this bezel? It is all screen, which is magical. So 85 inches are the diagonal, 75 is the diagonal. This 85-inch side-to-side is just over 75 inches. So if you have 75 inches of wall space, you can put this anywhere. Here's where they went a step further. You see the legs? These legs are about 52 inches side-to-side. So I need a nice, really wide, credenza or dresser to put the 85-inch cabinet. They've designed this television, and pretty much the 55, 65, 75, and 85, you can move in the feet. So I don't have a 52-inch cabinet. I can move them in, and to the point where I just need a 14-inch bookshelf or cabinet, because it becomes feet to pedestal. So that's where you can literally put this wherever you want.
I have mine over the fireplace, and literally I have like 16 inches. That's it. And I was like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna fit it in there? And I have the same feet on my TV, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the easiest thing ever. And I love it. The only mistake I made is I bought a 43, and I probably should have bought a 50, because I thought, I was erring on the side of, okay, what if it doesn't fit? And of course I got it there, and now I have like 3 inches all the way around the TV. So make sure you measure that space when you get it. But when you think about it, you can take home a TV like mine, only with better quality, upgraded, I should say, quality for $499.99. I think I paid just about that, maybe $500 for my 43-inch. And don't forget, you get the VIP 12 months, so you're paying, you know, $43, I think, per month and 66 cents, so you can get it home. I always press that because I know everybody needs a great TV, right? And maybe your TV's 7, 8, 9 years old. Well, that's old technology. If your TV's 4 or 5 years old, it's old technology. And I'm not telling you to get rid of that TV, but you can move that TV into another room and then you can get one like this. And those of you that haven't been to the movies in a while, when I look at a TV like this, it really actually makes me feel, it's immersive. I honestly feel like I'm in the movie theater. And a lot of us don't want to go to the movie. I haven't been to the movies in years, and not for COVID or any of that. I just, you know, I'm single now, and I'm like, what am I going to go hang out by myself? And I don't want to do that, so I'm very, very comfortable in my own home. But also, you know, I spend a lot of time watching the shows. I even do research through the TV, all that stuff, right? Because I can do that with my Samsung TV. If you haven't bought a TV in a while, you'll be shocked at how much this does. When I first bought it and I put on Samsung TV, I was like, oh my gosh, this is all mine for free. It was amazing. And then, of course, I added Netflix, I added Prime, I added a couple other channels, which I can control what I pay for, which I really love. You know, if I didn't want to have to go the cable route, you can do that as well. But as you look at these images, you got to realize that you're watching these images on your TV. So you're not even getting the real deal of what this really looks like. I'm here in front of the TV, and literally, you could see every little hair, every little glistening
every action
moment, the eyes that sparkle. You can see everything. And if you love sports, you will be shocked. You'll actually look at it and be like, now I know why I don't go to the games. I'd rather watch the game right here on my TV.
The concert, the game, the home movies, everything is going to be sharper on this television, primarily because it has, I'm going to look this up real quick, the Q4 AI processor on the inside, giving you that Samsung Vision AI, which gives you better picture, better audio, giving you a faster processor when we do stream. That's just it. Maybe you have a smart TV, but it's dated, doesn't have all the apps, doesn't have an app store where I could add QVC HSN Plus. So you're gonna have more options. It's gonna find it faster. By the way, finding it faster, do you know, Guy, there's a microphone built in to the remote, which is great, so I can speak to it. It also works with my voice assistants in my house.
Show everybody the remote, too. This is the easiest remote you will ever use in your life. If you have a cable, if you have a cable remote right now, it's heavy traffic on that thing. There's got to be 75 buttons. This has a minimal amount of buttons, and they're so easy to operate. So if you're a senior out there and you're like, I know my mom used to be like, I cannot figure out this remote control. It's the easiest thing ever. And I even connected it with my speaker bar, so now I can raise the volume of my speaker bar using that. I don't have to use a separate remote.
Well, it's funny because they were like, back in the day, they were really excited about being an all-in-one remote. The one remote could learn all your other devices. But then they even went a step further. The microphone built in, the solar panel on the back, so you don't have to worry about batteries.
By the way, it turns your cable box on too. You can do that. It's so multifunction.
You really just got to get it home and try it. Now what I've jumped into is the art store. And why is this art store experience? A lot of people, they would love to have an 85-inch TV for the entertainment, but what about when it's turned off? I don't want that in my living room. So Samsung has given us an art store. And this is one thing we're really proud with the Q8, because normally with the Q8, you don't get all of these options. Father's Day options, different galleries. Want stuff that was seen at Art Basel? Great. You want stuff by a certain artist? Sure, we got Dali, we got Van Gogh. The list goes on and on. I love the fact that you can pick stuff. You can go Disney. I know we have some Star Wars fans on the crew. Maybe in the family you do as well. So instead of that big 85-inch black hole, you can come over to the art store and you could, you know, have all these, I think I have these stormtroopers all laid up, but boom, these stormtroopers can just pop right on in and boom, all of a sudden, I now have a piece of art on my wall.
That's so
How cool is this if you walk in someone's house?
I've still not done that around the holidays too, where you can put a portrait up, you can put something up there so you don't have just a blank wall or a big black screen. You can actually put whatever it is you want up there. So if you want to put pictures of your kids, if it's the holidays, if you want to do the Yule log, you can do any of that stuff on this. And it is truly amazing. I always forget to do that. You got to remind me. Next time I see you, got to be like, don't forget to do that, because I love having, you know, something fill that space, because otherwise it's just a dead space over the fireplace. So as I said before, it's an abbreviated presentation. We're already halfway through. What you're looking at the bottom of the screen are your ways to pay for this on your credit card. So for instance, the 75-inch is 5 payments of $270. 85 is 5 payments of $366. But remember, get an HSN credit card. What is it today, Kyle? $15? So you get a little money out of the gate, and then it allows you, without any finance charge, and you don't pay nothing. You just pay it off in the allotted time. In 18 months, you can get that 85-inch for $101 every month. $101. I mean, that's what, a tank and a half of gas? And you have, and listen, I relate it to gas because it's very similar. We don't have a choice when it comes to gas. I don't know how many people live in a house that doesn't have a TV, all right? Everybody's got it. It's something we all have, and it's become almost a necessity because, you know, we deal with storm season. We deal with all these different things. We want to get our information. We want to be entertained. We realize that prices are going up, and it's much more affordable to do things at home. And I wouldn't wait until the holidays to get it. Why do that? It's the beginning of summer.
Sure. Get
this now. Enjoy everything that's going on. We got baseball season is happening. Football's going to start in September. We've got golf going on. We've got all these different things, all your different shows, your crafting shows, whatever it is. And this TV is expansive. There are so many different channels that you can watch with it right out of the gate without even hooking up cable. You have all these different channels that you can get, and you can modify and you can figure out what you want to pay for every month. But it all starts like with a vehicle, with a really solid, good car. And this is the #1 car. That's been the #1 car for 18 years, and there's a reason. And it's funny because when I bought my Sony, because the first one I had was a Samsung. I was working in Orlando, and I needed a TV because I was doing the iVillage show up there, and I had an apartment. I'm like, so I bought a Samsung.
Smart.
Many minutes ago, like I said, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. So I bought it, and then when that show ended, I'm like, now I have 2 TVs, so I put that in the workout room. That TV has not failed me in like 15 or 16 years.
It's an investment.
And it still looks great. And the only reason that I went over to the Sony is because, like I said, I got a good deal on a floor model. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy that because we always knew Sony's a great brand. And I had that TV for a long time. And it took me a long time because I was pricing out. I'm like, well, let me look and see if I can get another Sony. I looked at what they had, and then I did my research, and I'm like, well, they're not the #1 brand. Samsung is.
Yeah.
So why not? And I kind of like that. And since I had already had one, I was like, I might as well get the other one. Plus, I work here, so I got a little bit of a discount. And I love the fact that I didn't have to go to a store and get sold a TV.
Right.
Because I've been to the Best Store and all those different electronic stores, and they're all great stores, right? You know, if you don't know what you want. What's nice about this is that we're trying to educate you to what the TV does without overselling it. If you don't buy a TV today, it's nothing off my back. I hope you do. I think you'll love it. But I'm here, and Bill's here mainly just to tell you all the different things you can do with it. Because if you haven't had a TV in a long time, this thing will floor you. You will literally put it up and be like, I feel like I'm in like the IMAX theater.
Well, what
right?
I love
you know
too,
where it's coming at you.
You didn't even know about art mode, which is great because everyone
I am still discovering every day what my TV can do.
And that's great because it can
love
evolve
it.
with you.
Yeah.
You actually know what they're also proud of? They have accessibility features. Your vision starts to go.
Yeah.
They can help you with better color blindness and everything.
I also have that little sawed-off punk son of mine, Danny, and he knows how to fix all this stuff. You know, he's smarter than everybody. But he'll come over like when I was having trouble with my Bluetooth soundbar.
Right.
And he's like, Dad, you just go to settings, man. Flick over to the right, go to soundbar.
Not that hard.
He goes, you're watching regular TV. You're listening to regular TV right now. You want to listen to your soundbar? Watch. Boom. And I'm like, you're a punk. Get out of here. Thanks. But now I know how to do it. It's very, very easy.
Well, that's just it. Get it home and play with it. Real quick, I've turned off the television because Guy and I are having a conversation. I could have put the stormtroopers up there. More importantly, it's family photos. So it's Guy throughout this last spring, if we like, or the holidays. You can customize it with art mode, but more importantly, it's not an 85-inch black hole in your living room. Guy has not taken advantage of this feature on his TV. Helen Keeney uses it all the time. Ty, he loves the fact that he can watch for free Samsung TV Plus. So you see everything this television does in your home. You just got to get it home and enjoy it. Yep. The processor is there. The quality of the imagery is there. It's really what size you want, and realize they've taken and made that easier for any living space. And we have not just one size, not just the 85-inch. We have the 43 and up, which is awesome. And I'm even going to show you the big box because we're shipping it to you for free. But I'm going to come over here for a second because I want you to see this television. This is the 50. I only came over to the smaller size because I want to show you one demonstration. I have art mode. I have a gaming hub, which we haven't even talked about. I have 400 free channels and a beautiful picture. And how's it all powered up? How many cords do you have coming in and out of your television? It's just plugged into power. Because once it's online with Wi-Fi, I can stream, I can get access to all that great stuff.
You don't need a cable box.
Not at all. Thin bezel. And let me just show you one other thing. I told you the 85 is 1 inch thick.
Look at
how thin I can't lift the 85 inch. That's why I picked the 50. But it's 1 inch at its deepest. You wall mount this, it hugs to the wall. You can move the feet in. Remember, these feet can move in on the larger sizes, the 55 and up. So you see that one cord, you see how thin that is, and what am I getting? Beautiful picture. Back, hit my home button, which I love that little remote. I have my art store. I haven't even talked about the gaming hub. I'm not a big gaming household, but my nephew is. So he could bring over his controller. He could be gaming on this television because the processing power is there that can keep up with the speed and the action. And because it's the latest 2025 model, you actually don't even need the controller. You can download a controller for your phone, boom, and be playing on the television. There's no clutter, there's no extra cords. Remember, it's that one power cord to get it online, and now I have gaming, I have art, I have entertainment. That's why this TV's in my bedroom, because it used to be the TV, the cable box, maybe a DVD player, all that stuff to have everything. Nope. I now have a beautiful TV when it's turned off with the art store. I have awesome content when I need it on any size. I have the 43-inch in my bedroom, but I won't lie, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. What do I have in the living room? I have the 85-inch television. I'm not embarrassed about it. And the thing is, HSN made it affordable. And Guy, I'm doing some packing. I'm trying to prioritize. What am I gonna take with me? What's gonna stay? The TV is already packed in the car. I'm not leaving without it.
I'm afraid if I bought the 85-inch TV, I would never leave my house. I would live in front of the 85-inch TV.
Nothing wrong with that.
Actually, the reality is I just don't have space for it. But I wanted to update everybody. Kyle, you said, is it the 50 or the 55 that's ready to sell out? I have 4 left in the 55-inch TV, which is a very, very popular side. It's kind of middle of the road. It's not too big. Really, so in the 65, I have 65 left. So we don't order a lot of these when we order them. But think about the good part. If you need a TV right now, what would you have to do if you weren't watching, or if you decided you wanted to do it yourself? You'd have to get in the car. You'd have to drive to a big box store. You'd look around forever. You'd try to get somebody to help you, and they would be like, "Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute." I've gone into TV places and nobody's come up to me for 30 minutes. All right.
Right.
So you deal with that, and then you got to make a decision. And then when you're done, then they try to sell you more every other warranty that maybe you don't want. We do it here, but we're not hammering it on you because it comes with a great warranty anyway. But let's face it, it's a TV. It's not the old school tube TV. It runs cool. It's going to last you years and years and yeyears. So to finish up, so then you pick out your TV. Now you got to wait till they go get it out of storage. They bring it in like this. And then they're like, okay, where'd I go? Would you like me to put that in your Honda? And you're like, could you put it on my Honda? Because I'm not getting it in my Honda. So that's the issue, right? Now you got to get that thing home. You got to unbox it. You got to deal with all that stuff.
Big.
Why not let us get you a TV today? We'll deliver it to your door. Call your buddy, whatever it is, get somebody, you can pop it up. If it's one of the smaller TVs, they don't weigh that much. You can put them on a table, bounce them on the wall, whatever you want to do. Do that. You always have 30 days to enjoy it. If it's not perfect, you can always return it. But the bottom line is it's so much easier, and you get the TV that you want without all the hassles. So I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to go through the VIP real quick because I know a lot of you heard it in the beginning, but maybe you joined me late. So if you want the 43-inch TV, if you have an HSN credit card, it's 12 months.